Hey everybody, BrickLoot18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. Ask Brick is my Q&A show here on YouTube where you ask me questions down in the comments of any of my videos. Use the hashtag AskBrick so I can actually find the question, and then I'll answer it up here on video. Questions can range from anything about LEGO, to LEGO sets coming out, to my opinion, to my life. It's honestly really pretty open, and I like to answer any question that you might have. Lots of great questions from a couple different YouTubers here, so without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into this week's episode. The first question here is from Andy Yu. Are you going to get the Sesame Street set? So, great question, Andy. I was looking at that set the other day when it was released from LEGO. I think it's a cool looking set. I personally never really watched Sesame Street as a kid. I think the minifigures are kind of cool, but for the most part, I am not gonna be jumping all over this set. If I get the opportunity to buy it, or gift it to me, I'll definitely build it and enjoy it, but it's not one of those sets that I'm gonna be lined up to get. Like, I know it came out on the 1st, and I have no intention of like putting it on my wish list or anything. It's gonna be one of those sets that it's just gonna be like, it's gonna be an opportunity. If I see it, I might pick it up. If not, whatever. Personally, I don't think the set's gonna sell very well. Like, I think it's cute. I think it's a neat idea, but like, when LEGO does certain themes, like, it's just, like, Sesame Street, like, it's a great set. I think the builder did an incredible job, but, like, personally, from a business standpoint, I don't think it's going to sell that great. Like, Friends set, couldn't keep that on the shelves, because Friends is so popular with so many different generations, but I don't know, like, I just don't think the Sesame Street's going to have that same popularity. I think it's going to be more like the Adventure Time sets, like, or whatever the Zelda Adventure Time, whatever that, like, theme was, you know, with the different buildable characters, where they were, like, selling that for weeks on discounted clearance. Like, I just think it's going to be like that. I don't know if it's really going to sell, but that's just my opinion, and I hope that I hope it does sell for the designer's sake, because I know there is a commission there and it is cute. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I'll have to see if I get that one. Brent's vlog asked, Brick, how old were you when you started collecting LEGO? So I was probably like 5 or 6 years old when I started building with LEGO, probably even a bit earlier because my grandparents always had it around. But personally, when I actually started diehard collecting LEGO and I knew it became a passion of mine, I was about 8 years old, turning 9, I believe. So yeah, it was for my 9th birthday when I was going to kind of Disney that I got a lot of LEGO for Christmas and my birthday, after seeing a friend who was also turning 9 that year. He had a huge LEGO collection. He loved it. And then when I saw the different things he built with it, I was like, oh, I really want LEGO because I want to do the same. So I could say it was really my 9th birthday when I really started like really collecting LEGO, and then it's just never stopped since then, and now I'm turning 21 this year. So it's coming up on like 12 solid years of collecting LEGO, so that's pretty cool. Red5 asked, Ask Brick, have you seen the LEGO Ninjago TV show? If so, what are your thoughts on it and the LEGO Ninjago line in general? So good question, Red. So I personally have not actually seen the LEGO Ninjago TV show, so I can't really comment on it. As for the LEGO Ninjago line, I think it's a cool line. I personally don't buy the sets just because, again, I don't follow the TV show. I don't really follow any of that stuff, so I don't really understand the theme. It's just not like my cup of tea to collect. I did, however, go see the LEGO Ninjago movie when it was in theaters because I partnered with Warner Brothers to actually do an unboxing of their sets, and then Warner Brothers sent me to the show for free. It was a really good movie, and I'm not saying that because Warner Brothers was kind enough to send me tickets, but I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was funny. It was just a classic LEGO movie. Like, I almost feel like I like the LEGO Ninjago movie better than I liked the second LEGO movie. It was just a really fun time. I had a great time going to see it. It was like my first time in a movie theater in Toronto, the big city. It was an advanced screening, so I got to see it before anybody else really in the world got to see it. So that was just a lot of fun. I think the overall experience helped contribute to the movie itself, but it was a really good time. I love the Ninjago movie. I had a lot of the Ninjago movie sets, of course, because Warner Brothers did send them to me for that partnership. So I would have to say, like, I'm a little biased there. I do have those sets. I do really enjoy them. I think they were fun to build. I still have them on display on the other side of my room. But for the most part, yeah, I just don't really collect LEGO Ninjago, but I've heard really good things about the show. I know my little cousins, they really liked it when they were kids, and I really enjoyed the movie. I have it on DVD. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty good line. I love that it's a LEGO original, and it's so, like, it's kind of like a classic now, like LEGO City, LEGO Star Wars, except LEGO Star Wars is licensed, so it's great to see that LEGO actually built a Ninjago from the ground up, built a TV show, made it into a movie, and has kept the theme going for so many years. Because I know LEGO tries so many different themes, like the Mixels movie, the Unikitty, stuff like that, and it just never really picks up. So I love to see that Ninjago really did pick up and it became such a huge phenomenon. So yeah, I really love, you know, LEGO Ninjago is a great theme. Even though I don't collect it as much as I could, I still have no ill will towards it, and I think it's awesome. The next question is from FND Productions. Ask Brick, why don't you show your face in the thumbnails, or why do you cover your face in the thumbnails? That's a great question. I don't know. I think it's mostly because before, okay, so a couple of years ago, I refused to show my face on YouTube. I don't know why I didn't. I was like afraid my friends would find out, but it was like a huge thing that I didn't show my face. And then I just started showing my face because I didn't really care anymore. Now at the point where I don't care. But I guess initially because during that transition from not showing my face to showing my face, I didn't want to put my face in the thumbnail. Just because like I was still at that point, I was like, I want to be more comfortable on camera, but I also don't want my friends to know. So I think that was like a big reason why I stopped showing my face on thumbnail. Now it's gotten to the point where I don't really care if my face is on the thumbnail. I think the biggest thing for me now is the fact that half the time I do a thumbnail, it's when I'm like talking like this, and I just take a screenshot and then put the sig fig over it, and like this is the thumbnail. Because when I'm talking, my face is like, it might look like this, but like, and then I put the sig fig over it and it's fine. So I don't know. So eventually I'll probably convert to just like taking a picture and then like posing for it, I guess, kind of like that or something. But for the most part now, when I take a thumbnail, it's just like a random screenshot from the video. So it's like my face is making some weird thing. So I put the thumbnail, the head over it. It kind of covers it up. Of course, it kind of serves like a dual purpose because, as I said, I was afraid of having my face in the thumbnails, and now I need a thumbnail. So I guess that's honestly the reason why I still do it. I don't really have a great explanation, and I like probably should adjust accordingly, but kind of that's my reasoning on that one. Francis Basin, Lego City Star Wars fan, asked Brick, since Lego did a Friends TV show and a Big Bang Theory set, and I don't know if you know the show, but do you think LEGO should do a set of the Modern Family? So that's a great question. So I do know Modern Family. I think my sister, you know, she watches it quite a bit. I've watched a few episodes with her. She loves it. She thinks it's a hilarious show. I personally don't watch Modern Family in the sense that, do I think LEGO should make like a set of it? Like honestly, they're making a Sesame Street set. So I think they could make a Modern Family theme. I would recommend putting that on LEGO Ideas. I think from what I've heard, Modern Family is a very popular show. A lot of people really like it. They really enjoy it. So to me, it might be a good seller. I think Friends was a bit different because it's like, even the Big Bang Theory is different than Friends, but like Friends is like it was 20 years ago, but it's still one of the most popular shows on Netflix right now. So I think, I don't know if Modern Family's quite there. As I said, I just don't really know, but I know a lot of my friends have watched it, so I imagine there would probably a big demand, probably a bigger demand than Sesame Street. So I could see LEGO making a Modern Family set if somebody submitted it to LEGO Ideas, kind of like somebody did with the Big Bang Theory sets, the LEGO Friends sets, the Sesame Street. Like, okay, it's worth a try. Lego Joe asks, what is your favorite Lego piece? So that's a good question. I was trying to think of this when I read this question initially, and that's a hard one. I don't do a ton of mock building, but I think that the biggest piece that I love, you know, I have so many in my Lego collection because I can do so much with it, is probably the tile. Like the 2x2 tiles. I just love those pieces, especially that tan 2x2 one. I do so much with it in my Lego collection. Like that I would say is my favorite, most practical piece, just because that's what my city's made out of. As a kid, I was always trying to get more of these tan 2x2 tiles. Like I always, anytime I went to a Lego store, if they had a pick-a-brick cup, I always would fill it up with just these tiles. So I would say that would be one of the biggest pieces that I really, really like. In regards to other pieces, I would have to say overall my favorite like line of parts are minifigure accessories, just especially like printed ones, stuff like that, because I think they're so cool. They're so miniature. When you get a guitar or a surfboard or a camera or something like that, I just think those are all really, really cool parts. So that's why I would have to say some of those would definitely be my favorite Lego parts. Definitely like Lego minifigure accessories, and then my favorite actual part to build with is the tiles, specifically the tan 2x2 tiles. And I know that's probably a pretty lame answer. I know some people like have really cool specialty pieces that they love that they do a lot of building with, but as I said, because I don't do a lot of mock building, I would just have to say those are some of my favorite. But I know I'm going to answer this question and I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to think of 5 other really cool parts that are even better than that. But for now, I would have to say this would be my answer, would be those, you know, the tan 2x2 tiles and minifigure accessories. I'll do one more question for this week's episode. This one is from Just Build It. Ask Brick, have you got any tips on how to display the Legoland sets? So that's a great question. So I would say for your Legoland sets, as you can see actually behind me, I'll just scooch my chair over a little, I do have several of the Legoland sets right up here. How I like to display them is I like to have them front and center, and then I like to have the boxes behind them so you can really tell what the Legoland sets are. I have a few others, I believe. Maybe they're not over here. I'm just double checking. Yeah, no, for the most part, most of my Lego land sets are right here. I just put them there kind of all together so they look really cool. In regards to the big Legoland set that I bought a few months ago now at the Legoland Discovery Center, I haven't built that yet, so I don't know how I'm going to display that. So, I feel like it's going to be pretty big, so that's why I feel like it's going to take up a whole shelf in my Lego room. But when I build that up, I can probably let you know in a bit more detail. But in regards to the other Legoland sets, I love having them there with the boxes on display just because the boxes look cool. They're pretty cool sets. And I think overall they look really, really great together. So I would recommend that as well. Just get like a good spot for them all and like display them together. Kind of make like your own Legoland amusement park. But that would, I would say, maybe the best option for that. Like as you can see, some of my other sets from like Billund, I have right here as well. There, I have these ones propped up a little. So like this is what the Billund Airport looks like. As you can see, I have a couple bricks kind of behind that, so it looks a little bit better on camera. So instead of just looking at it like from flat on, you can see the rise from the Lego house, the rise from the Billund Airport. So I would say that, you know, that's probably like my biggest suggestion for you. Have them together, have the boxes there on display, and maybe add some risers or something like that. But as you can see from the very top corner of my set, I haven't really done anything too special with the Legoland sets. And then in regards to the biggest Legoland set, I have a feeling that's going to take up a whole shelf on the other side of my Lego room, in one of the white shelves. So I'm going to build that up when I have the space. But other than that, yeah, just build the Lego sets and display them. Keep the parts together. I would say that's a big one too. Like even the Legoland. So as you can see, I've got them all here. They obviously come with a lot more minifigures than are actually on display there. So what I've done is any minifigure that I don't currently have on the shelf is actually in the box. And like that, I keep the boxes. If the box is not on display with them, the box is, you know, down here below the table. And for example, I have all the extra parts. You can barely see this, but I have all the extra parts that are not on display with that set right here in the box. And then I put the box down there just so, you know, if I ever try and sell the set or if I ever want to review it again or something, like if I ever need the set altogether, all the pieces are there and the Legoland figures aren't mixed in with my personal collection, my city, and stuff like that. But anyway, thanks so much for all these great questions this week. There was a lot of really good ones. I've got a few left over that I'll have to do for next week's episode as well, but I don't have enough for a full episode, so you'll have to leave me some more questions down in the comments below using the hashtag AskBrick. I'm looking forward to answering your questions. As I said, use the hashtag so I make sure I find it, and you can ask me questions about literally anything you'd like. So thanks again so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.